Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and we are coming to you from our studios right here at Tesano. I hope you're doing well. Anyway, my name is Kata, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. Of course, you know I do not do this alone. I actually have a special co-host. If you don't know who that is, ladies and gentlemen, Kwaku David.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Super. Fantastic. It's a beautiful morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This morning I was just watching the sunset coming. I'm like, Charlie, God is fantastic.
Really?
Beautiful sunrise this morning. Well, we're excited to be here. Thank you very much for joining us once again. As Chris said, we have a beautiful studio here in Tesano, Accra, and we are bringing you Breakfast Daily this morning. So much to talk about, so many things going on, and we're going to have all of it nicely packaged for you this morning. Thank you for spending time with us. We do like to interact with you throughout the show. So we have a WhatsApp line. You can use that. It's 0204 447 033. If you happen to be outside Ghana, you know, and people as far away as Seychelles actually watch us.
Right.
People, you know, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and so on and so forth, they all get us. And so you can use the prefix 2+233 and then the other number, and then just send us a text message, even just to say hi to us as we're on the show. We appreciate it. All right, so stay in touch with us throughout the show.
All right, of course, you know we start the show with some words of encouragement or words of inspiration. And today our words of inspiration comes from Tara Fela Durotoye, one of the business moguls in Nigeria. Yeah, everybody knows her for her makeup brand. Yeah, and her makeup school or beauty school.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's been to Ghana a few times, so yeah. But well, her quote is, mentorship is important and you can't go wrong if you are cancelled rightly from someone who is indeed worthy to be called a mentor.
Wow.
Mentorship is important and you can't go wrong if you are cancelled rightly from someone who is indeed worthy to be called a mentor. Yeah. And you know what I like about this quote? Some words actually stand out for me.
Okay.
Right, mentorship is one. And a mentor is one.
Okay, counseled.
Counseled.
I like counseled.
And worthy.
Yeah.
Worthy.
Yeah.
So that means, in as much as mentorship is important, you have to get the right mentor.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be a mentor, actually.
Yeah.
And I think I like this because we're in a society that is driven by the love of money. Money is great.
Yeah.
And because we are driven by the love of money, people think just because you have money, you are the right mentor for me. There are a lot of people that want to follow you just because you have money, just because of your riches, just because of your fame, your glitz and glam, and all that. People want to follow you for that. And there are a lot of young people like that. They just want to follow this particular person just because the person has. Why do you like the person? Oh, he's rich. He has money. And that is because we are in a society that glorifies the love of money. Over intelligence, over perseverance, over real
ethics,
inspiration,
over ethics, over morality,
values.
Values.
Exactly. But so I think this is a very good one. In as much as you see that person and say, this person is going to be my mentor because he has money. That might not be the right person for you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it. And mentorship is important, right? So choose the right person to sit under, because that determines everything at the end of the day. All right, well, we have a few reminders for you. Don't forget that we are counting down towards situation. Yes, the situation all white party. We're counting down to it. It's on the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve. You don't want to miss out on that. I noticed yesterday a lot of companies have started putting up their Christmas lights already. So I'm like, whoa, Christmas is big. We're already here, you know. And so it's exciting. We want you to call the number on your screen, 0205 973 973. Get yourself a seat, get yourself a table. We are focusing on selling tables, right? It's important. There's platinum, there's diamond. We've been through all of that. From us here, she spoke about the different packages that we have. So you see the platinum, we have all these goodies on the platinum table. You want to, I would advise you, platinum is the place to be.
Yeah.
Go for platinum. Why not?
Yeah.
Why settle for anything else, right? But if you really, really cannot afford the platinum, then you go for diamond, okay? Go for diamond, and there you have it, all right? Now, you need to notice that the diamond is not on the same level as the platinum. Even though it's good, it's not the same level, all right? And then when you stretch, count all your monies, count all the coins and everything else, you still can't hit diamond. Your best bet is gold.
Right.
Right? So go for gold. And this one, make sure that you get one. But you see, the thing about it, I always say to people, and I've said this last year, I've said it the year before, when you come to situation and you see those who are in platinum and you are on gold, please don't be jealous. Because the difference will be clear. All right? So I will say, if you can, gather your friends, put your monies together, get yourself a table, yeah, and enjoy the platinum experience, because you will actually feel the platinum experience, all right?
Right.
And so that's the situation, all white party. It's exciting. We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see all of you, as every year we do. It's a great experience. And last year was just a blowout, completely exciting, all right? And you don't want to miss out on the situation, all white party. Be a part of it. Get yourself, call that number, all right? Call that number right now, 0205-973-973. Big thank you to Carlsberg, to KISS, and to Series as well.
All right, and you know, before situation all white party, we actually have the elections in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's happening on the 7th of December. So as we head to the elections, remember that we have special shows out here for you that is actually pumping us straight into the elections, like the constituency shows every Tuesday, and it's going to be happening today at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Samuel Ancom is going to be coming your way and sharing different thoughts and, you know, speaking to people from different constituencies as we gear up towards the election. Absolutely.
And we also have some of our regulars face-to-face. It's coming on as well, face-to-face tonight. You don't want to miss out on that 9 p.m. face-to-face. Umaru Sanda Amadou will come to you tonight. And this, you don't want to miss out on that fantastic conversation. He always has these great guests that he brings on the show, and riveting conversations as well.
Right, and we also have What the Papers Are Saying. So What the Papers Are Saying with Vivian Kai Loco every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Get to know all the headlines making wave in the nation.
Yes, the point of view also. Yesterday, if you missed out on the point of view, don't worry about that, because we have it on our channels, and you can go back and enjoy the point of view on our channels. And of course, tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be happening as well. Now, we also have something that's coming on today, later today. It's the Third World Network event, the Third World Network Africa Public Lecture. It's happening this morning at 10 a.m. You don't want to miss out on that. We'll be carrying it live right here on Channel 1 TV. And so you want to be part of that conversation, the discussion that will be happening. There you have your guests. As you can see them there, we have Dr. Yao Graham, we have Dr. Rose Mensah-Kutin, we have Mr. Charles Abugri, and we also have Mr. Kwesi Edomankwa, and all of these will be on the conversations that will be happening at the public lecture from Third World Network this morning. All right, well, we're going to get into our dailies this morning. And to help me take us through the dailies this morning, we don't have a lot of papers, but we have a lot of news, yes. It's Vivian Kai Loco, head of news right here at Channel 1 TV and 97.3 CDFM. Vivian, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Super. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. Are we ready for elections?
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean as a station?
Yeah, as a
or
station,
as a,
yes.
a voter?
No, as a station.
as a station, we've been ready.
We've been ready.
We've been ready. We've been ready for the past 4 years. After the last election ended, we
started
ready.
that's all.
We're still ready, and we'll be ready for the next one.
I love it. I love it.
Trying to sound American this morning.
You're trying to sound American this morning?
Yeah, I was watching DW and I saw Donald Trump there saying his first day in office is going to increase tariffs against China and all that. So I'm trying to be American.
Punitive measures against certain countries, Charlie. The man
I'm just looking at how he's going to deal with the Israeli and
situation.
You know, the Gaza thing, and then the Ukraine and the Russia war. Of course, the tariffs, we knew that's going to happen. But those two things, very, very, you know, slippery and all that.
Yeah, I'm curious about how he's going to handle the southern border issues, you know, because he did a lot of campaigning among the Latino communities, you know, and they got a lot of numbers from them.
Even though we saw, you know, on Kamala's side, they spoke about some of the anti-immigration things he said, not just against the Latinos, but the minorities in general, the Latinos, the Asians, the black Africans and all that. Yet the numbers
somehow the numbers went up for him.
You know, so we saw key personalities like J-Lo campaigning against him and things he said and all that.
But somehow he still got more numbers from them. So I'm curious as to his decisions come 20th of January and whether they will feel like it was a good idea they voted for him.
I think when it comes to the immigration thing, I'm not sure he can do much. I'm not sure I'll see anything. I got a lot of calls from people in America who are like, hey, Charlie, I have friends who don't have papers and all that. And I'm like, I don't, what can he do? I'm not sure he'll be bundled into a plane and deported. But hey, you know, people believe he's very irrational and very erratic and, you know, all that. Let's see what he does. But I'm not sure. I think...
But, you know, they are what's that organization called? ICE. They have this organization called ICE. And there was this whole issue with the DACA where they were separating children from their parents. And sometimes you'll find that somebody has come across the border and they just, you know, as they are separating them, they're like, okay, so you can stay, but you can't stay. Meanwhile, they are family members, right? Like immediate family members, but they are letting some stay and others are being deported. You know?
A friend of mine who is in, which state is that? I've forgotten. Is it Nebraska or one of them? Said the authorities there told them that nothing's going to change. If you're illegal, they know you're illegal, but they're closing their eyes on you if you abide by the rules. Because they need you to still run the companies that most of them find themselves in. They're running factories, they're running healthcare, they're running so many of the key sectors. So far as you're going by the rules,
you stick with the
they
rules,
will pretend they've not seen you, but they know you're illegal. You know, and I think there's a worry about now when you have a child there, it's going to take 5 years
before you can become
American. So I mean,
it's not automatic anymore.
Exactly. If you want to, which we know a lot of people from our side, they go there.
We fly there.
Fly there to have now, Charlie, stay there 5 years and let's see.
Interesting times.
But it's interesting times. But I think I've seen the Democrats still, you know, talking about why, you know, they lost the elections and there's still the blame game. And, you know, I believe most people voted on the economy thing, whether we like it or not. People are thinking, because I remember during the campaign period, the arguments over cost, you know, of products and services shooting up, and most of the Democrats saying, no, it's not like if people are going to vote on, of course, the abortion thing is there, the LGBTQ thing is there, but how to put food on people's table across the world.
At the end of the day, I think
key.
that's fundamental. Really, at the end of the day, it's
and
fundamental.
You can't close your eyes towards
and
that.
the question then brings to my mind now is that what happens in Ghana? is that going to be the fundamental deciding factor? The
Well,
economy?
economy is very critical. Education is critical. Security is critical. Infrastructure is critical.
Yeah.
If you live in a house and you have to go through the bad roads to get to work, to go to church, to go, you're not going to be smiling.
Yeah.
But there's the issue of die-hard party people.
Yes.
If he or she belongs to the MPP,
It's like no
or
matter
the
what. Yeah.
And it's a split of that. Now, what is left is the middle ground.
Yeah.
Those who, you know, swing
Undecided
in and out,
voters, swing,
depending
those
on
who swing,
what
yeah.
swing
I'm a swing person.
So
I confess publicly, I'm a swing person.
well, that's
I have swung every election. Every election. I look at it
if
and
we were
say,
not on set, I would have called you something. I nearly did, but
well,
I don't know
we
whether
can
you got
discuss
my
that
joke.
later. We can discuss that later.
But I mean, we should be at a point.
Yeah.
I don't think we are ready for that, but it should get to the point where people can decide to go to part A or part B, depending on the performance, depending on what they're offering.
I agree.
And then hold them accountable for that.
I
but
believe
we've
that.
not gotten to that.
Yeah.
I've seen people suffer the consequences of swaying to the other side and saying it publicly.
But don't you feel that as we become a more educated populace, the swing group will become larger?
Well, I mean, if that becomes that, because in America, people switch depending on the policies, you know, but they are the diehard two sides as well. And the swingers are key in the elections and in particular states, like we see in the Michigans and all that, because of the swaying you see. So depending on how things go, what policies come across, how the economy moves, you know, they move towards that. And I think the swingers in Ghana may not be huge, but with time they'll become bigger.
I think they'll become bigger.
And then we'll probably see.
Become more influential.
Because we also have our battlegrounds. We have certain issues determining the elections and all that. It may not be deep. You know, I was it last year or so, you see like Nana Jane. She went to Wesley Girls High School. She's from the minority, you know, in terms of, I mean, women are the largest in terms of population, but when it comes to politics, we're seen as, you know, you can't really sit at the table. In America, you would have seen a lot of women's group endorse her, and even her school endorse her. We've not gotten to that
level yet.
For you to go and, you know, because I have not heard, well, correct me if I'm wrong, any women's group really endorse her because she's a woman.
Either.
She's a woman.
I haven't heard either.
And then her schools endorse her because she's a woman. We're not there. You go and try it and see. So it is what it is. Anyway, so I'll start with the daily graphic, if you permit me. There is pretty loaded on their front page today. Graphic EC discuss election 2024 readiness tomorrow. Trash delivers mixed verdict on National Cathedral, an interesting one there. And then police arrest 26 for toy gun related crimes. And then they have a special supplement on Black Friday inside the paper. Ahead of election 2024, Keep Up News validator status, NMC charges graphic, and Tapahene sets ambitious investment target, marks Silver Jubilee on Saturday. And then they've been doing the countdown to election 2024 with particular quotes. Today, their quote is from Reverend Raphael Warnock. It says, "A vote is a kind of prayer about the kind of world you want to live in." So,
Raphael Warnock, one of the American Congress
which is true. They're praying that when I vote for ABCD, these nice things he or she has said
will come to pass.
It's a quiet prayer, whether it's answered or not.
But I find it interesting, right? The police arrest 26.
A toy gun.
It sounds like a paradox. Toy gun related crimes. Even though they are toys, there's a criminal component.
Because they're brandishing weapons. People rob
banks. But are they weapons though?
Kwaku, people rob banks with fake guns.
Or they look like weapons.
So it's a weapon, but it's not in function. It's a toy. But it could be used to create the impression it is real and create panic and create fear.
So
and
it can create fear and panic.
It actually is, because what we saw with them brandishing, we're like, hey.
But you know, it's a new trend. There's some TikTok something that's happening and people are playing with guns. It's ridiculous.
In Ghana?
Yeah, you know, I saw it on TikTok.
Hey, me, I'm not on TikTok.
Over the weekend, I saw it.
Really?
I was like, really?
So
what's going on
is
here?
it?
No, and the video I saw was a mother and two sons.
From Ghana?
They looked African. Well, they're African.
Okay.
Yeah, they're African. But I mean, literally, they were brandishing gun. It was in their room,
and
it was like
Right.
shooting at each other.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a game they were playing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I saw another one where a gentleman in the U.S. in a shop.
Yeah.
And then an old lady, a senior citizen. And I'm told that's the game they play.
I think it's a TikTok thing. Yeah, that is trending. It's happening.
Oh, but you can't do that during elections at this time to be playing that game here.
Please, let's be careful. It's not everything that we should just jump on and be copying. Yeah. Anyway, so we go to the Ghanaian Times. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have 530 SOCO infrastructure sub-projects executed in North and Oti region. This is coming from the minister. Ensure effective use of oil revenue meant for infrastructure. PIAC is speaking to the government. We have dispelling misinformation. General elections remains December 7th. EC assures public. I think this was on the back of that accession or allegation by the Wuntumi FM presenter, you know, and who is in the grips of the police and assisting investigations. Stop using antibiotics for cough and influenza. Pharmaceutical Society is admonishing. So that's what we have on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Okay, I'll take you to the Chronicle. Shrash frees Reverend Kusi from Okudjeto's clause, quote unquote. 26 arrested youth. 26 youth arrested for firing toy guns in public places. You read that earlier from another paper. Yeah. Alan Cash, I will reform SHS and transform tertiary education. Now, Toshi Addo whips up support for Baumia in Greater Accra, and Baumia inaugurates 1,072 homes at Bom. So that's from the Chronicle.
All right. Wow. 1,072 homes.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I hope they are ready to be used.
Well,
immediately.
I am just fascinated by the fact that 1,072 homes have been built and inaugurated, and Saglemi is still languishing. You know.
Well, they say they've now given it to new investors, and they're supposed to kick start, you know, the final part of it. And then soon it'll be given out. So we have to see the timelines.
It would have been nice to see
that done rather.
That both Saglemi and this new 1,000 homes at the same time were, Daily Guide. It says here, Baumia is hope for Ghanaians. Freddie Blay is speaking. Natoshi rally support for Baumia. We have Sraj clears Reverend Kusi Boateng, no conflict of interest. VIP Outdoors, 1,072 boom housing project. You know, the houses actually do look like the Saglemi housing. You know, similar design. You see the photo there. National Security denies kidnapping Emirates manager, and we have the Church of Christ, the Church of Jesus Christ holds Light the World campaign. All right, so those are some of the stories we have from that Daily Guide. Okay,
let me take you to the Economic Times. Ghana to receive $360 million from the IMF, $360 million, that's it. In Ghana to exit debt default by mid-2025, Fitch speaking there, and Ghana to face electricity load shedding as 3 IPPs risk shutting down. We're told that quite a number of them have shut down. They are not on the national grid as we speak, but fortunately, Asogli is back on.
Yeah.
They have said that.
I think the government,
intervened and their issues are sorted. But means our government has to go back and deal with the others.
The other ones too.
So that we don't experience load shedding, not this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the last week, my lights have gone off, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, my lights were off on Saturday.
Yeah.
Most part of the morning through to the afternoon.
Yeah.
I think till 5 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Right, the business analyst says here, ADB will continue to enhance customer value and service experience. This is coming from the MD. Fair Wages saves 345 million Ghana cedis, resolves 44 union cases in 2024. We also have insurance penetration in Ghana still low at 1%. Okay, Deloitte's Africa Insurance Outlook report is the one that's giving us that info there. CD on resurgence, 1 CD going for 16.7. Okay,
No,
I think it's supposed to be a dollar.
They got it
a
wrong.
dollar going for 16.7. I think it's even dropped below that because last night I was hearing some, the black market people talking about 15.8 and things like that.
And sometimes it's cheap, it's lower there, so with the black market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then a final one.
Stop patronizing black market. It's
Oh
illegal.
no. I'm talking about. I mean, I don't.
Oh, you don't exchange
No, I'm not
money at
buying
all.
from there. I'm just saying that there was a conversation that was happening on a platform.
Okay.
Yeah, and I heard them saying that it's dropped to that. Akufo-Addo commissions 4 district hospitals in Ashanti. All right. So that's what we have in the printed press. Let me just give you a few online stories and we'll look at some details. So channel1news.com says here, election 2024, don't vote skirt and blouse. Ofosu Ampofo warns Gomwa Central. We have next government will face major challenges in managing Ghana's debts. And this is Mr. Amable. He was on Point of View last night. Interlocutory injunction not to prevent government from raising new T-bills. And that's him again speaking there. Baumia is the person best to continue my husband's legacy. And that's what we're hearing from the First Lady. And Sunona Sogli restores power plant operations after critical government support. All right, let me quickly take you to citynewsroom.com. And over there we have Ghana's economy has recovered strongly. Adam is speaking. We also have, we are engaging IPPs to avert possible power cuts. This is ECG. IES calls for transparency and sustainable reforms to curtail Ghana's power sector crisis. And finally, Baumia inaugurates over 1,000 affordable housing units in Tema. All right, so Vivian, you want to take us into any stories?
Yes, I'll start with the Shraj delivering its verdict on the National Cathedral,
Okay.
as brought forward to it by the North Torn Member of Parliament, our very good friend, Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa. So it says, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, has delivered a mixed verdict on its investigations into the construction of the National Cathedral, upholding parts of the complaints against the project coordinators while dismissing other aspects. Specifically, the Commission said the allegations of breaches of mandatory procurement proceedings under the Public Procurement Act, Act 663, as amended by Act 719, was justified. In a detailed report dated November 22, 2024, and signed by the Commissioner, Dr. Joseph Whittal, the Commission, however, concluded that the claim of conflict of interest related to the director of the National Cathedral, Reverend Victor Kusibwating, was without merit based on the results of the investigations. The North Torn MP, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, had petitioned Shraj on a number of issues relating to the construction of the National Cathedral, alleging procurement breaches and lack of transparency among other infractions. One of them was related to funds supposedly sunk into the project so far, and an invitation to Shraj to investigate various aspects of the funds. Now, on the nearly 226 million Ghana cedi allegedly spent so far on the cathedral site preparation, contractors mobilization, U.S. fundraising, consultants and symposia, the Commission said it had no expertise to determine whether there had been value for money considering that the state of the project remained the same. The Commission has consequently referred that aspect to the Auditor General for a forensic audit on the construction of the National Cathedral project for its inception to date. So some tick, some unticked. So that's what we have on the Shraj matter.
Okay. Let me just bring you this story here before we go for sports. It says here, stop using antibiotics for coughs and influenza. Pharmaceutical Society is admonishing. It says here the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana has launched this year's antimicrobial week with a call on the public to refrain from using antibiotics to treat common influenza or coughs. Now, it cautioned that viruses caused flu or colds were increasingly becoming resistant against available antibiotics. Hence, it was important that the public purchase them only when prescribed. Do not request for antibiotics when you have flu.
All right.
Most coughs, sore throats, or colds are self-limiting and caused by viruses and do not require antibiotics. Same way, not all feverish conditions are due to malaria. Test for malaria before taking antimalarials, and do not take antimalarials when you do not have a positive test for the malaria parasite. President of the society, Dr. Samuel Donko, advised on the global theme, Educate, Advocate, Act Now. The World Antimicrobial Week is commemorated every year to raise awareness on the critical threat of microbial resistance, all right, which is projected to claim 10 million lives annually by 2050 if urgent actions are not taken to reverse the threat.
Okay, so the flu, how do we deal with it?
So, like he said, the flu is a viral infection. Now, it's, like he said, it's self-limiting, which means that your body will fight the flu. It takes about 2 weeks, typically. So no matter what you take for it, that 2 weeks will still, it will go through the 2 week period. Now, what doctors advise is, you know how some products, they say for symptomatic relief, right? So it will help you to relieve the symptoms. So, but you have to be prescribed by a doctor.
Okay.
You understand? And then you take it just so you have some relief. But that's what the 2 weeks do. You will still go through it, you know, but at least so a bit more comfortably.
Okay, and take more fluids.
Fluids.
I think the key thing is
fruits, rest, all those kinds of things, yeah.
Charlie, but sometimes you have some gigs into and the resting and it's not, you have to move.
I know.
Anyway.
I know. Thank you very much.
But we'll have a lovely day.
Yes,
I'll see you at the other side.
All right. Take care.
You
All
too.
right. Sports is next.
All right, now it's time for us to get into some sports. I'm going to be starting with Premier League on City. Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah says he is disappointed by the club's failure to offer him a new contract and looks more likely to leave than stay. The 33-year-old Liverpool's top scorer this season with 12 goals in all competitions is out of contract at the end of the season. Salah scored twice in the 3-2 win against Southampton on Sunday, including the winner, the top of the Premier League. Salah told reporters after the match that the club was yet to present an offer to him, even though it was December, and that he felt that he was more on the outside than in.
All right, now we have some UEFA Champions League news. Now the Europe's elite club competition, the UEFA Champions League, returns this evening. And the standout match in Week 5 is between Bayern Munich and PSG in Germany. Now the two teams got ready for the clash with league wins over the weekend as Bayern defeated Augsburg and PSG beat Toulouse. Now, Arsenal traveled to Portugal to face Sporting Club in a bid to get back to winning ways after they lost to Inter Milan in their last outing in the competition. Now, Manchester City will hope for better fortunes when they face Feyenoord of the Netherlands at the Etihad. Now, before kickoff, A look at the top 8 places shows the likes of Liverpool, Inter Milan, and Barcelona all competing for places in the knockout stages. All right, so that's what we have for sports this morning.
All right.
Yes.
So now, news review is next, and your guests are ready. And we just want you to just stay put because there will be some very interesting conversations that are stirring up the nation that you will be interested in. So we'll be right back.
All right.
Get ready! The Harvest Chapel International Overcomers Convention is here! It's a week of the word and demonstrations of God's love and power. Theme: Wisdom for Building the Church. And God's servants ministering are Prophet Eric Oklu Parsley, Living Fountain Baptist Church, Bishop Ewusi Brookman, Rhema Calvary Center, and Dr. Michael Buedi Nyamiche, Makers House Chapel International. And it's hosted by Reverend Fitzgerald Odonko. Prepare your heart, soul, and mind, and let's meet at Tehila Temple, Harvest Chapel International, South Tesano, from Tuesday 26th November to Sunday 1st December, 6 p.m. each night from Tuesday to Friday, and 9 a.m. on Sunday. Song ministrations will be by the Harvest Gospel Choir, and Wonyam and Calvis Hammond. Make time to be at the life transforming Overcomers Convention 2024.
Your health is in your hands, but at some point, it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and lungoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Allow history to be the judge of how I have served my nation. How well I have done my part in running my lap of that relay. What that verdict will ultimately be, I cannot say. I can only say that I have done my best, giving my all.
In almost 8 years, what is the verdict of this proclamation?
One day on television, I will kneel down and say, Mahama, I am sorry. And someone may kafa no how an angel.
Say one day
Mahama was an angel.
Mahama Kafra. Maybe hearing this in you, but I stand for the truth. Mahama, sorry.
Oh, I'll take this opportunity to apologize to the former president. I mean, His Excellency John Mahama.
And yesterday, I was bound to apologize to President Mahama because he's a fine gentleman.
Corruption, the number of times 10. Mama, this year, Facha Ghana for the Facha and the Facha.
My 5 years so up at your mama chopper, but no physical. Maybe the Japan show. My body baby, the mama, my body baby.
Missing someone make a kafa Mahama who part that time you piece of Mahama you come forward you say, not Mahama angel.
Luck is everywhere.
It's kid. Hey, wait. You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Google Radio. We are star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest.
And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4. Now we tell you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. T&Cs apply.
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
After you on a line, ting.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Miss Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Welcome back. It's time for us to get into the news review segment. And today on the news review segment, we are going to delve into some important conversations that have been making the rounds in the press. The segment is interactive. We want to hear from you, so kindly use the WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp line is 0204-447-033. If you happen to be outside Ghana, prefix that number with +233. Now, if you happen to be watching us on our social media streams, kindly use the hashtag Breakfast Daily. We also have a number of hashtags as we get into the elections. We have hashtag Ghana Polls 2024. We have hashtag Election Bureau. And then, of course, hashtag City Verify to help you if you have any questions you have for us as to whether certain stories are authentic or not. You just use that and use hashtag City Verify, and we will revert to you on the veracity of certain stories that you may have concerns about. We're going to get straight into the conversation, but let me introduce my guest to you. I have joining me on the set this morning Mr. Richard Mensah. He is the head of programs production right here at 97.3 City FM. And we have also Larry Alansdogbe. He is the managing editor for the Herald newspaper. Gentlemen, you are both welcome.
Thank you.
All right. How have you been?
Well,
yeah,
holding on.
Holding on.
Yeah,
okay.
Holding on, and you know, it's getting to
elections.
The D-Day.
I'm
so
telling you, December 7th.
Psyching ourselves up for that day.
Yeah.
You know how it works with the radio and TV, and the way we want to give it a very comprehensive lookout. So you can imagine how we're doing.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. Yeah. How about you? It's been a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Are you to Kwana?
Mikofa. Eastern Europe, Kakra.
Oh, I see. I see. How are the Bolsheviks doing?
Oh, I think it's been good. I was at the COP29.
Oh, okay.
Climate change, all that.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's a lot we need to do as a people.
Is that Azerbaijan?
Yeah, Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot we need to do as a people.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are really committed towards issues of the environment, drought, flood, you know, there's carbon emissions and so on. You know, it's people are taking it quite seriously.
Yeah, in their
and dedicating their parliamentary work or legislation to a lot of those things. But here, and in Ghana in particular, listen, it was a sad spectacle.
What happened?
Over there. I mean, you had state officials who came, and you could see clearly that these are guys who just came to
hang around.
Yeah, hang around, not necessarily to do anything.
Yeah, wow.
You know, but others had bought stands.
Okay.
You could see the Saudi Arabian stand, and it's bigger than your studio.
Wow.
The Chinese stand is twice that.
Hey.
The Russian stand is
massive.
Massive.
Yeah.
And they are talking real policy, talking real, you know, money, committing resources to it, getting funding NGOs, funding media, you know, organizations and so on.
So Ghana went without a stand?
Oh, Ghana was there with a stand, but it was a stand, you know, made by a private company, that is Jospon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
It was a stand made by Jospon. And everybody was trying to eat into that. Yeah? Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, some of them, you listen to some of the ministry guys who came, they were complaining as to how come Jospon is taking their shine, he's not allowing them to talk policy, so and so and so. I mean,
but it's a ministry,
Yeah, I mean, they could have done it, you know. They could also have created, eaten into that, okay?
Yeah.
Or as in created a stand.
Yeah.
And then Jospon would rather ride on that particular, you know, platform.
Yeah.
But it was the other way around.
Wow.
Other countries are very, very, very serious about this.
Yeah.
India, US, I mean, so many other countries are so committed. Talking about renewable energy, talking about, you know, the departure from, you know, fossil fuel and all that. The world is talking, I mean, serious business, not that kind of thing. I think we are joking.
You know, it's interesting when you mention carbon emissions.
Yeah.
As soon as you mentioned carbon emissions, the first thing that came to mind was our traffic situation.
Yeah.
Because the more traffic we have, the more carbon we emit into the atmosphere.
Exactly.
You know, so it's almost as if everything is related, and somehow we're not dealing with the traffic situation, and we don't seem to really care much about the traffic situation.
In Baku, you could count 10 cars, and out of that, 7 of it, it's electric.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you could count 10 cars. At least, I mean, if for nothing at all, you could, within a minute, you could see about, you know, 5 electric cars
you know,
moving.
And that's what I found interesting, OJ. In the UK, they actually label electric cars. So you can see from a distance, 100 meters away, you can see as it's coming, that's an electric car that's coming. That's an electric bus that is coming. But in Ghana, it's almost like there's no effort in that direction.
Our president came and said that.
Inching closer to that space. So I think in due course, maybe as for those labeling it, that shouldn't be a problem. I think tomorrow or something, yes, it should be tomorrow. The vice president will be inaugurating some buses for public use, which are electric run, and I think it will be labeled that way. So we are inching closer. Don't forget that this whole thing about renewable energy and fossil fuels, and it's a fight between the big boys out there. So the countries who depend on the OPEC countries and all those things, they have a different view about this whole thing. So normally this COP, whatever, they go and gather there and
COP 29 this year.
Talk big, bring out policy that nobody follows.
Really?
Because it will come back to the big powers, i.e. China, USA,
Russia,
and the rest, and they do what they think is best for them.
Okay.
So without consideration, look. If you want to talk about the effects of climate change or climate change in anything, the enablers of climate change, which countries are the enablers? It is not as the poor countries like they refer to.
Okay.
But we suffer the most effect.
The brunt of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not most of the time when they go, they do commitment that they are going to give Africa this, they will give them this to be able to do it. They end up there, they come out and then nothing happens. And when you went, I think there were some demonstrations. Every COP there is demonstration. But this time around, the whole focus of the demonstration was that these gatherings are becoming a little bit useless. So why don't we refocus in terms of finding solutions to this, because it looks like these gatherings are just being cosmetics. And most of the time, and I'm happy you said Saudi Arabia had a stand. Most of the time, this very particular one, the fossil fuel countries, they took over. They took over, and even they had a problem that we're talking about this, and the country hosting it is a major producer of oil. So there are nuances within this whole conversation.
There's that debate that, okay, how come all the bigger, polluters that he mentioned, he talked about, I mean, they had relied on fossil fuel to develop their economies and so on.
And now that it's developed.
Now that it's developed, you want, countries like Ghana and many others who are now, finding their feet with fossil fuel and then with their economy, you are asking them to go renewable. That debate is there. But, I mean, the situation is this, that you also have to do something about your immediate environment. That is where you live. You get it? So plant the trees, check the environment, degradation, don't the pollution as we have it, both air and water and all that. Something has to be done about it. I mean, but we could talk about this, on a...
All right. So let's get it. Let's come back to Ghana. There are issues on our national front. And the first one I want to deal with is the National Cathedral.
You don't want us to talk about the national security matter?
You wait. I definitely want you to talk about it, but let's start with the National Cathedral, because I'm sure you have some interest there too. Yes. So National Cathedral, this story came out yesterday initially. Shraj calls for forensic audit and possible prosecution. All right. So the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice has recommended a forensic audit of the National Cathedral project and the prosecution of its trustees, following an investigation into alleged corruption and abuse of power. Now, the findings outlined in a report dated November 22nd, 2024, were initiated, by a petition from North Tong MP Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, who raised concerns about the project's transparency and compliance with Ghana's procurement laws. Now, procurement breaches. Let's look at that. Shraj's investigation uncovered significant violations of Ghana's procurement regulations, particularly the awarding of, particularly in awarding the construction contract to Ribadi Company Limited. The report deemed the contract to void ab initio due to non-compliance with the mandatory provisions of the Procurement Act, that's Act 663, as amended by Act 914. In its recommendations, Shraj urged the Public Procurement Authority to cancel the contract. Now, the board of the Public Procurement Authority should intervene to cancel the contract for the construction of the National Cathedral between National Cathedral and Ribadi Company, as it has power to do so under the Procurement Act. Now, there's a forensic audit and financial concerns. It says here, the Commission also called on the Auditor General to conduct a forensic audit of the project. As of May 31st, 2022, a total of 225 million Ghana cedis, 962,500 had been spent, covering site preparation, contractor mobilization, fundraising in the United States, consultancy fees, and symposia. However, Shraj noted that the project remains incomplete, raising concerns about value for money. And the story goes on. Let's look at reputational risks. We have Shraj highlighted the potential reputational damage to Ghana, citing the project's international profile and the involvement of Ribadi Company Limited. The report warned that procurement law breaches could lead to international embarrassment and so on. So the story goes on with various things being detailed there. At the bottom of the story, you see there, it says here, there's another headline. Shraj clears Reverend Kusi Boateng of dual identity and financial misconduct allegations. And you'll recall that he was very much at the center of some of the allegations and accusations that came earlier as well. Let me start with Richard Mensah on this one.
Well, this whole National Cathedral thing has been, since its inception, generated a lot of concern and a lot of talk out there, especially being spearheaded by the opposition National Democratic Congress. So we've heard a lot about this, and then it was out of this that Okujetu took this the step of going to SHRAG. SHRAG has investigated. They've given everybody the opportunity to come, and this is the kind of recommendations they are bringing out. I say, just by reading what I have seen from yesterday, I say this is a very big indictment on everybody connected to this very project. You know, sometimes you wonder, how is it that when we are embarking on such projects, and forget about the National Cathedral, such big projects and all those things, we will always find a way of sidestepping the procurement laws. And it bothers me. It's as though there's a calculated plan to always gain from procurement. Because really, what do we seek to gain? If the report is anything to go by, saying that procurement processes were sidestepped, and this is a country that has beautiful laws on procurement. The people who were involved in this are people, some of them run their own companies, so they know how to maximize on whatever input you are putting into your business. So then you are asking yourself, such a big project like this, such a project that we said it was a priority of priorities for the president, because he said at a point in time, he said, Cathedral no more than cry. Now you are going into such a project, and the best you can do is to award contracts without going through the procurement process. This sounds criminal. And that is why the SHRAG is recommending that either the special prosecutor or the attorney general takes up the issue and then does what? Investigate. Look, they say cancel the contract. There's express advice from SHRAG saying that the contract should be cancelled. And he called on the board members. I'm thinking, why would the board members, even knowing the kind of people who were assembled as board members, why would they even wait till now? Probably they have some explanation, but definitely more often than not, when people are given the opportunity to serve the state or do these things, there's always this thing about procurement. There's a funny thing I always say. I say Ghana is a procurement procurement economy. And why do I say so? Because at every opportunity that will lead us to procure something, that is where you find the energies of state officials, the energies of people mandated being wasted. That one, they will pull up 100% energy once there is procurement involved. Because we've all turned ourselves into some crabs every time. Like Sky used to say something funny. He said the only time you find when the UK and this is so they say it among themselves in the UK, say the only time you find a Ghanaian thinking very well through a problem is when he's finding ways of beating the system. So instead of you finding doing calculation, he's saying and that is what they do with this procurement thing. Because look, the huge amounts that has been awarded. Now, there's one thing that bothers me in the report. The report is even going ahead to say that, look, this, if not handled well, would embarrass the country. It's because of the noise that was made about it. It's because of the kind of things. Look, we went to US for fundraising. Yes, we went to Israel to go and take stone. So the whole there has Israel stone there. Stone underneath. We went to Israel to go and take stone, foundation stone. That is there, Israel stone. They went to US, go and look for.
So the images that we are seeing there, there are stones, there are Israeli
the
stones.
Israeli stone should be there. It should be there somewhere. Under.
Wow.
Yes, Israel went to bring stone from Israel. So this cathedral has Israeli roots.
It's a disgrace.
It has Israeli roots. So then you are wondering how we turn ourselves into something else and then go about. As for the procurement thing, it kills me. Because you see, those are the ways people use
Yes.
to sometimes take out what doesn't belong to them or something. Sometimes it might be genuine. Maybe they are thinking it's a genuine process of going through. But I'm saying, look, we have procurement laws.
Yeah.
We have a whole agency for it.
Yeah, an authority.
And most of the time, any contract that goes through due process seeks advice from the procurement authority that this is what we are going to do. Please, can we go ahead?
Yeah.
Recently, we saw one during the what do you call it? This parliament brew.
Yes.
Even the procurement of a lawyer for the speaker. When the letter was brought out, when the speaker wrote, they said no, they are not going to do. It means that at every point in time, you accord them that responsibility. Now, from this report, if it is to be taken on the face of it, from this report, it means that they've not seen any letter to the procurement authority saying that this is what we're going to do, and therefore we are doing it. Okay. Yeah. What is your advice? So no advice sought. We went ahead and then maybe because the original idea, which was propagated by those in charge, was that it's going to be a private initiative. Yeah. Now, once it's private, then we are at liberty to do what we want to do with our private money. So private initiative, yes, you can go ahead with it. But immediately the public purse became involved and was aligned to it, then all other rules in terms of public procurement must be followed. So, well, we're looking at what the Attorney General or the special prosecutor will say about it, because he's actually recommending prosecution.
Yes.
He's recommending prosecution. He's just not leaving it at just a report. He says these people need to be liable.
Okay. Now, Larry, I want your comments on this, and then also just comment about the fact that certain key figures a couple of years ago resigned publicly from the Board of Trustees, citing displeasure at the way things were being run.
Sorry.
You tired?
Yeah. So, when was the president supposed to commission the cathedral?
Or was it about 2 or 3 years ago?
No.
It's supposed to be this year.
This year, 6 March.
This year rather?
Yeah.
He promised to commission on 6 March.
Oh, 2020. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Completed project. That was the projection.
Okay.
That was the projection.
Yes.
So at the
COVID, and then Russia, Ukraine squad.
COVID and
funds were not coming in.
Funds were not coming from where?
Now, but we had to go out and then do fundraising. Now with COVID, you can't go out there and do the fundraising. So I think COVID and Russia and Ukraine affected.
So what happened to the private fundraising that we were doing?
Exactly.
I said COVID.
Did they?
Affected
No, at least they went out. The report captured the fact that they went out there and did a couple of fundraising programs.
I was actually at one fundraising event.
Okay.
And how much at Ahimfie?
Ahimfie
is
how much did?
Please, I don't know.
Why it wasn't declared?
No, because it was more of the initiative of the short code was put out that day. There were a number of other things that.
How much came in through the short code?
Please, I don't know.
How much came in through the various donations by the churches and so on?
I don't. Maybe it's in the report. I don't know.
It's in this same report.
I don't know.
Charlie, we have been lied to. Even God has been lied to. A man sat down and said he had a dream. Okay, that he was going to be president, and that God should make that dream possible. Okay, and then the dream came true. Now, before his inauguration or his inaugural ceremony, he went to the site, gathered pastors, prominent pastors. The pictures are around. Otabe was there. The Papa, what's his name? Duncan Williams was there.
Yeah.
Almost everybody who matters as far as the clergy is concerned in this country. Were there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they did this. They did the first one. And then later they went back when the stone from Israel arrived. And then they went and dug the place. I recall Captain Smart carrying cement, a bag of cement on his head. That, he was donating it.
You could see Dino.
You could see Dino. They brought the Israeli ambassador to the site. Everybody.
A lot of fanfare.
A lot of fanfare, a lot of money, so on. I mean, man hours. Okay? Were dissipated on this. Buildings were broken. State officials were relocated. They were checked into private homes. And then the country is paying extra money for as rent to private individuals. You even promised that within whenever you're going to commission it before you leave office. Today, you've commissioned a railway line that doesn't go beyond the place that it's supposed to go. It just stops around in Pakistan and then comes back. You've done your work.
Port to port.
Okay? Which other one has been commissioned? So many other commissioning.
Flower port.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So at least he should go to the site and say, oh guys, you know something, I promised to do this on this day, but I have not been able to do it.
But the evidence is there, so he doesn't need to go.
No, he has to. At least he should. No, tell us.
No, but he's
So
commissioning the ones that are complete.
how would that ceremony be called?
He's the one. He's commissioning the ones that are completed.
How would they be called? No, we'll find a name for it. He should at least he should just do something. Do you get it? But I say just not about that, but the procurement breaches.
Yeah.
President Akufo-Addo sat in Parliament as a member of Parliament for Ibuakwa South when some of these procurement laws were enacted. I recall them very well. He will also recall 2004 thereabouts into 2005 in the Kufuor era.
Okay.
Where corruption, was just everywhere. So they decided to, do some of these things. Okay, and then, but having been part of that law, and not just being part of it, you're a lawyer. And this is what you preside over. Not just that, the secretariat for this construction was under his armpit. In the office of the president, with with officers in charge who had been mentioned as presidential staffers on salary. And this is what they do. Or this is what they did. Now, the same Shraj tells you that, oh, you know something, there's no conflict of interest in the in the claim of Okujeto as far as Kusi Boateng or the other name. What was his other name? Something.
Kwabena Edu-Jemfi.
Kwabena Edu-Jemfi. Okay, there was no conflict of interest. Yet the same Shraj is telling you that due to poor record keeping, they couldn't trace a lot of the documents. Okay,
Well,
and that the only document that was produced came from the man himself, having said that he gave some money to the contractors for and on behalf of the secretariat.
Yeah.
Do you get what we are dealing with? And the same, the same Shraj is saying that, listen, let's prosecute some people, the trustees. Who are they? They should have mentioned them. You just don't throw it out there and say that prosecute trustees. Mention them. If Larry Dogbe has
no, but the trustees are named,
it's public
and
knowledge.
it's public knowledge. The trustees are named.
No, it's not public. Document it. Let it be captured in your report.
Okay.
Okay, let it be captured in your report so
Maybe
that
it might be in the report. I've not
so
seen
that
the full
years
report.
after they are gone or we are gone, these documents are there for future references. Next time, it will prevent others for doing a similar thing.
Okay,
you get it.
Yeah.
Having some of these things hanging on your neck is a big thing for some people.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we wouldn't have this situation where people kept talking about it, that this thing is bad, this thing was bad, this thing was bad. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they even forced some people to resign.
No, but at what time did they resign? Let's be mindful of that.
No, but I think that, I mean, honestly, to be fair, the resignations came to, I mean, for me, I think that the resignations happened when people realized, when some persons realized that, you know what, things are funny. When we ask for transparency and some clarity, questions are rather, being rather asked of us that why you do want to know about this.
They didn't see through this.
So,
They didn't see through this right from the word go, that there was no money, and that the churches were not going to donate money to this.
No, but you see, Larry, when you say that, that's not fair. Because you see, the thing is that the point was that we were going to raise money. So, of course, there's no money.
I'm coming. Raised from where?
From the churches.
The man was asked.
That was the
No, the
conversation
president
that
was asked. He said not even, 1 penny of the state's money was going to be blown on this project. And that we were going to raise, the government was going to raise money. The churches were going to, support. Other donors were going to support. They were traveling the world over and so on, looking for that money.
Yeah.
But then, back home, we all knew that money were coming from the state, not for anything at all. A secretariat had been established, and that secretariat was being paid by the state with state money.
Okay.
That is state money going to the project.
All right. Let me take a quick break, and when we come back, then we'll just wrap up this conversation. All right. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Introducing a new era of sophistication and power. The Haval Julian from Zondatech Ghana Limited. The Julian is packed with features that elevate your journey. Enjoy excellent interior build quality designed for comfort and style. Experience an impressively smooth and refined drivetrain powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with 147 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. Visit us at your nearest dealership and drive away your brand new Haval Julian. Call us on 0501 772222 or 0501 773333.
Do you want a healthy smile?
Athletes must protect their smile during athletic activities. Hi, I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Protecting your teeth, gums, lips, and tongue from impacts and blows during sports is essential for preventing injuries and maintaining your oral health. Sports mouth guards are protective devices worn over your teeth and gums to prevent or reduce injuries such as athletic activities such as football, basketball, martial arts, skateboarding, and even non-contact sports like gymnastics. Contact a dental office to learn more about sports dentistry services to keep your smile safe. Bethel Dental Clinic, your partner in sports safety, because your smile deserves protection on and off the field.
Healthy smile.
In the heart of our communities, change is not just a dream, it's a promise.
I don't have to worry about rising costs and taxes. Dr. Baumia's flat rate tax system is a breath of fresh air. It means I can keep more of what I earn and invest back into my business.
I've seen so many changes in my lifetime, but what matters most is to feel secured. Dr. Baumia's initiative for the elderly is to make sure we are not forgotten. He's giving us the exact care that we deserve.
With digital skills training, I am no longer worried about the future. Dr. Baumia empowers us to thrive in a digital world, making us ready for tomorrow's jobs.
Job opportunities are crucial for my generation. Dr. Baumia is committed to creating job opportunities and entrepreneurship. With his vision, we can build our dreams.
Together, we can transform our nation. Dr. Baumia's plan arranges policies. They are pathway for prosperity for every Ghanaian.
It's time for leadership that listens and acts. A vision for all of us, where every voice matters and every dream is possible. Vote Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Esuro, vote number 1 on the ballot.
And your Black Friday! Yes! Franco, at the Black Friday, bro. Every 18th November, at the Kwaku, the end of the month, which November.
Bura Franco, shop BM, Nekwajo Noma, you shine the water so. A mobile phone, and printers, laptops, air conditioners, chest freezers, tabletop fridges, and our TV sets, every 32, and you can see 100 inches, accessories, and then Roma who do now. Ne water that from say team, and it ya chain, ne Bura Franco shop BM. Now soon yes, call www.francotrading.com. Open for number say who screen is and ho in a Black Friday no Franco Adarubenti Franco electrical appliances papa efi Franco.
This festive season, it's time to go big and go loud because with GoTV, Bronya City. From match days and movie days to local stories, big little adventures.
Really?
It's unmatched entertainment for the whole family.
Yes.
GoTV brings the joy anytime, anywhere. Get your festive season sorted. Get GoTV.
All right, welcome back. It's still the news review segment, and we are going through the issues. National Cathedral just won't rest. Larry, just wrap up your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, you see, I was making a point about how there's Reverend Kusi Boateng, or I keep forgetting the other name. Kwamina Edu Jemfi. I mean, that is the most insignificant part of this whole, what you call it, this whole Shiraj investigation into the national cathedral matter. The procurement breaches, the fact that there are laws that we didn't respect. Shiraj's position that, listen, people should be prosecuted. The trustees, you have their names.
Yes.
They should be prosecuted.
They're on the website, National
Okay, you can mention some of them.
Oh, National Cathedral website is public. So here you have Apostle Professor Opoku Unyina. We have Archbishop Charles Palmer Buckle. We have Most Reverend Bishop Justice Ofe Akrofi. We have Right Reverend Awotri Pratt. We have Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Mate. We have Reverend Dr. Joyce Ayi. We have Reverend Kusi Boateng, Dr. Frimpong Manso, and Kingsley Ofosu in Tiamwa. So these are 9 people on the board. And
who should be prosecuted?
The executive director of the secretariat is Dr. Paul Opoku Mensah.
Okay. Who should be prosecuted per Shiraj's recommendation? And the Shiraj didn't just end there. It talked about Attorney General also stepping in, if need be. The special prosecutor also taking an aspect of this matter. And then the Auditor General also going into it. You get it? This is one of the biggest scandals you could ever get. Biggest. It's a damning report. But, well, I can't decide for media houses. People are deciding the double name thing and saying that, oh, he's been cleared. And by so doing, whitewashing the effect of this particular document. The fraud that has been perpetrated, before man and, before God. The lies that had been told to God. The destruction of state bungalows or state properties. The wastage that we've created by renting private homes for judges, for other state officials. For all this, that part of it hasn't even been investigated. I mean, what kind of thing are we dealing with as a people?
All right.
Okay? The fact that we can sit down, parliamentarians are paid for hours to go into this. Other experts are also consulted to draft good legislation on fighting corruption. But we shove all that and do our own thing. And do our own thing. Bro, But you see, again, there's an aspect of all this that we are not looking at. When the president decided to, okay, now, you know, he's been, started talking about, oh, you know something, the battle is the Lord, the battle is the Lord, bringing God into the, you know, his campaign, kneeling before pastors, having pastors, a group of pastors who were praying for him morning, afternoon, evening, including the, you know, the famous Owusu Bempa.
But the battle is the Lord is a slogan that he started using at the beginning of his campaign.
No, that was, I think he started using that for the 2016 campaign. Yes. But at that time, he had failed to 2008 and then failed 2012. So then 2016, he brought in God, quoting no manner of, you know.
But what's wrong with that?
That is what led us to where we are today.
I don't know how you can draw. I don't know how you can draw this into.
The man appeared suddenly. Akuado became all godly.
But he went to. But man should become godly.
He went to Israel. He was kneeling before pastors.
Are you saying that we shouldn't be godly in life?
The bad boy Akufo-Addo, who you know.
People change,
so he changed.
We should.
And out of the change, this is where we are.
Every man should find God. It's important.
And he found God and lied to God.
Larry, I don't like what you're doing here.
No, he found God and lied to God that he was going to build a house for him. And this is the fraud that has been perpetrated on us. According to the Siraj report, Attorney General should come in. Special prosecutor should come in. Auditor General should be there. People should be prosecuted for procurement breaches, criminal activity. That is a man who has found God. Kwaku Davis.
All right, thank you very much, Larry.
And these are pastors,
Thank you very much, Larry. Thank you. We'll make progress.
Well,
Mr. Benson, you have any comment on this one?
The only thing I need to add to it is that from the report called for the contract to be cancelled, and so he's asking the board of the National Cathedral to initiate that because per their insight, the board has the capacity to do that. So if the cancellation would prevent further wastage, I'm all for it, and I think this one doesn't need to go before AG or somebody before it is done. The board should meet on it. I think the board should take a very serious view. Which board? The board of the National Cathedral.
The people who are supposed to be prosecutors, they should meet over their own, criminal acts.
They have the capacity to cancel the contract.
No, I think it said that the Public Procurement Authority should. Isn't that what it said?
No, he asked the board to cancel. He asked the board to cancel.
The same board should preside over their own criminality and then terminate it. Wouldn't that be an admission of guilt? Say that Public Procurement Authority should step in. Then you are making sense.
Well, you see, they raise issues about the contract itself. And they're saying that the contract must be cancelled. However, per the arrangements, the board has the capacity to cancel the contract. You know, one of the issues that surrounded this when the people started resigning was a silent fact that most of the time the award of contracts was not coming from the trustees. I think one of them who was resigning, I think either that or someone raised it that so they will be there and then they'll come and tell them that this is what we've done and then they'll debate on it and all that.
In the name of God.
So probably some of these things might not have gone to them, but they have the capacity to cancel it. I'm saying that if the cancellation can lead to some form of recovery, let's do it now rather than wait till whatever. And also the board itself and the secretariat itself to take very serious view of the report and take remedial measures before it escalates.
Okay. A few couple of messages that have come through. The whole Ghana has been scammed. But I was not. I knew their ways. Ghanaians celebrate mediocrity. Let's be wise in voting. Kwesi Dadzi from Kwabenya is sending that message through. We have here, hello bro, a lot of hard-earned taxpayers' money just going down the drain under this government. It is refreshing to hear Siraj confirming via so-called National Cathedral. Government is owing IPPs The money above could have been used to pay them for us to have constant power supply, but no. We hear unnecessary statutes of the president, etc., etc., just similar to the president flying in a luxurious jet and bathing, etc., and all of that. This is Papa Bisu in Accra. All right, so those are some messages coming through. Kindly stay in touch with us and engage with us with your thoughts. Right, let's just move quickly on. Talking about the whole challenge with financial issues and all of that, the economy, Ghana's economy, Fitch is warning of persistent liquidity pressures in 2025 and 2026. If you just make your quick thoughts on that.
Yeah. So the Fitch talked about how we're going to have some liquidity challenges, next year and beyond. But you also have, talked about how growth, was going to be affected and so on. Essentially. But then you have the finance minister, who is on the campaign trail, talking about how the economy has recovered.
Yes, and
is doing very well, and now buoyant, and projected something else, contrary to what Fitch is talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Others have all, made comment to the fact that we are having difficulty. But, well, the guy who is in charge thinks that no, everything is all well and cozy, okay, and that we should just, ignore all that is being said. But you see, let's go. Take your your cameras and then your microphones to the market. And ask the ordinary man whether his situation has improved. Okay? So it is not what you sit in your office under a good air condition, riding a V8 engine car, state of the art, Toyota, with siren, policeman seated before you, traffic cleared for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Whatever you decide to eat today is what you eat. That brings you, that is the definition of the economy. The definition of the economy is the micro.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
How are people, able to afford the everyday things that they can afford?
Yeah. Quick comment on the power situation.
Yes, I was getting to that place. Yeah. Okay. So the economy is doing well, but we can't pay the IPPs.
Okay. All right.
Everything.
How well is it?
Yeah, the economy has exactly.
Yeah, how well are we? Really
and 2 or 3 days ago, we all heard. Apparently, there are reports from that, space talking about the fact that the lights were going to be switched off. Asogli was off, and so they paid Asogli some money.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm not sure. Car Power and then the other ones, Senate or something, all the others in the space, whether they have all been paid.
No, they haven't.
They haven't been paid. No. So they have just paid Asogli. So what if the others decide to
I'm
also?
Sure maybe there's a plan in place.
Car Power is the biggest, isn't it?
Yeah, Car Power currently is off the grid. That per the report. So
the economy has, the economy has bounced back. Yet Car Power hasn't been paid. Asogli just turned on. After how many? Since October when it was off. Okay, Dumso was ongoing. I said, don't report on Dumso, and it's a routine maintenance. I mean, how long would we continue to be lying to ourselves?
All right, thank you.
Richard. This whole thing about liquidity challenges.
Yes.
Incoming liquidity challenges.
2025, 2026.
Yeah, it's just an indication to you of what is to come. Now I look at it and I'm saying to myself, you see how it's election year, everybody is going around promising.
Yeah.
Regardless of who wins, this particular problem is going to face. So now it will be, the story will be that, look, let's all tighten our belts.
Yeah.
That is if you have a belt in the first place. If you don't have a belt, then you need to tighten your trouser. because it's going to happen. We look at the first report. What is liquidity? The point is that there would not be money. And they are saying that based on the fact that they are saying, look, our interest to revenue ratio will still remain high. And that is a major challenge for the economy. And we shouldn't, you see, they've given you a 2-year, this year, 2025 and 2026, because that is the forecast. They are good at doing those things. But then, what they add to it, which I'm saying that is what is going to happen, is that they are saying there should be drastic fiscal measures taken by government. What are these drastic fiscal measures? The thing is about liquidity.
Cut expenditure.
So you cut expenditure. Certain projects cannot be continued because you can't put money into it. You can't put money into it. So we are going to see a stalling of projects because of this very particular.
But the projects, most of them have installed.
Oh no.
Most of them. For a long time, they were all stored.
No, they were stored, but now they are putting money back into them, and we are commissioning, aren't we? We finished the flower pot. We are finishing the Obechebe. Are we not? I didn't know. The project.
We are finishing.
Are we not finishing?
For how long? How long? What was the projection?
Construction going on.
What was the projection before?
So
what was the deadline giving? Or we should ignore that one? The same Fitch report, then, just a moment. The same Fitch report talk about interest rates being at 30%.
Yes, it did.
Which company, private institution, will go and, take money and be paying 30% interest rate? I'm sure it's even massage, because at the point in time we're doing almost 40.
Why do you say it's massage? Just leave it like that.
Why should I?
Let's be 30%.
Oh, it's okay. You see, I have issues with being. Maybe one day I won't be a diplomat because the thing is there. Okay. It's black and white.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, we have run out of time.
Oh no, but there's time.
No, see, the time is not for you; it's for me. Do you understand? So you may see it like that, but we run out of time.
But I want it to be on record. I didn't allow me to talk about national security matter.
Let it be on record. It's okay. Don't worry. There will be more time. Maybe I'll even have a show.
It is the most ridiculous statement you could ever get from a state institution like that.
Really?
I mentioned names. We mentioned dates. We mentioned personalities. We mentioned the flights. We mentioned the person who was attacked. We mentioned how she was found. We even mentioned the police station where she was. She reported the matter to Bachona Police with the husband and so on. Yet the police come and tell you that they rescued the lady without telling you where they rescued her from. Okay. We mentioned who was to travel, where they went. Which is Tel Aviv. I mean, these are big boys in town with everything at their disposal. They could do anything to us by us, the Herald. Yet we were bold enough to mention their names. You issue a statement that you didn't sign and said, you know something, you deny flat and then start to discredit us. It's an old game that lost its vitality long ago. Asumani or whoever his name is should come again.
All right, thank you.
This joke.
Thank you very much, Larry. Thank you.
State-sponsored thuggery, terrorism at people.
We'll find more time to have.
I'm not sure you'll get the time.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you to Larry Alasdogbe, managing editor for the Herald newspaper, as well as Richard Mensah, who is the head of programs production at 97.3 City FM. We'll take a quick break, and there's more on Breakfast Daily. We'll be going to look at some community development conversations after this break.
How can we solve the unemployment crisis in Ghana? Yes, Massa.
By using formula 133.
Can you expatiate?
Say, this simply means 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. That is the Mahama 24-hour economy policy. Under this policy, businesses will be given tax incentives, cheaper electricity, financial support, and security support services to encourage them to work 24/7 by adopting 3 work shifts of 8 hours each. This will triple job opportunities in the country. This policy will boost production, increase productivity, and generate well-paying jobs in all participating businesses and public organizations. Ejumanu obi afeyebi.
Excellent. The 24-hour policy will be a game changer.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Oh, Ajia.
Abba. My sister, no watch it today. Where is Ajia?
Hospital. They tested her and found out she has malaria.
Again?
Yes. The mosquitoes are too many in this area.
Why? Don't you people sleep under insecticide-treated net?
I don't do. Because I don't feel comfortable sleeping under it. Even the one I had, I gave it to my parents.
Abba. The treated net really works, especially when you sleep under it every night and throughout the night. When you get it at fresh, dry it under the shade for at least 2 or more days.
Like under the tree?
Yes. Or any shady place that does not have direct contact with the sun. At night, ensure you tuck it in well under your mattress or mat. Leave no room for mosquitoes to enter. During the day, tie or roll it nicely to prevent damage.
I see.
When the treated net gets dirty, wash it gently with mild bar soap and hang it under the shade to dry. It can be washed 20 times and can last 3 years.
Wow.
Sew up every small hole you find in it.
This is good news.
That's it. Follow the above process of caring for insecticide-treated net and sleep under it to prevent malaria. The heat is mostly from your room. Either air doesn't come in or your windows are too small or closed. Allow enough air into your room to reduce the heat.
Hey, Ajia. Customer. I am so glad you're back. How are you feeling now?
I have suffered. What malaria did to me, we should all do our best to prevent it for our own good life. Now, I sleep under the new insecticide-treated net I have. It is strong, it does not tear easily, and it works the same way.
It's true. As for we, the pregnant women, the new treated net is given to us for free at the health centers.
Let's all come on board Good Life to eliminate malaria now.
Good Life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service and partners with support from USAID and the US President's Malaria Initiative.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ago Ghana for Enche na abatwa danedu. December 7th, efia no panon so, kosi anwumre no num. Yemu bia wo tumi so oboa, siesie ye mayi dachi. Aba wo betu no mampanyini, ne mrahye bedwa abatwa no mu no. Betumi aboa den satraye mapa aba. Mamenkyere wo de obeye, amo abatwa no so aba mfaso. Wokodu polling station ho a, hwe na hu se woni nipa a wodi wo abatwa ngumanum no. Se wo voter ID card ayirampo a, kwa wo polling station, ne yebema wo kwan ma wato aba. Naji wo ballot paper, afei, hwe se stamp a ema abatwa krata ne di mu ne bo akire. Enkikaye bia ni so, ana efa bia ntenseye. Wuwi a kwa abatwa daka ye to aba wo mu no mu. Fa okokromotika ink na afei to boase fatim box wa ewo nipa a wo to aba ama no ne din ne mfoni ne na hyenso de anim no mu. Hyene nso se wo de okokromoti betim box ne nkoa mu. Afei fa tissue ana ntomago a ewo ho no paper won sakama ansa na waso ballot paper no mu biem. Bobo ballot paper no ne tintin mu fa sha abatwa daka no mu. Afei hyene nso se yenyi wabatwo ne ntum se koba se utim manipa mienu ekro wentima ma obia ana se stamp a ema ne di mu ne mmo akire enti hwene ye yeto aba ne wi a abatwo mpanimfo be hwa akan aba no frenchim wo be hwe se abatwo nkrata ne di mu na wahyehye akan no pepepe abra party agents eni tuemu ehwe de ekoso obia. Onua kayo se abatwa yi ma wakwanya wodi be yi akanifo a wo besi wanemu. Enti koto aba December 7th na wonso kire wadwen. Wabatwo ye wodachi. Kai say ye di kokromotie ne to aba enye etuo no asekan. Ye nhia kudie bia e wo polling station. Electoral Commission of Ghana and the Dekasieboyi Brown.
Live from the heart of the equator, get ready to be mesmerized at a night of stunning fashion and electrifying music as 1957 event proudly presents Rhythms on the Runway, the Kente edition. From Accra, Ghana to the world, this is a spectacular fusion of fashion and music to ignite your spirit. Enjoy live performances featuring the legendary Asabia Kropper, Edem, Amanziba, Nasi, Episode, Kamido, Kwabna, along with comedy from DKB. Join us at the Grand Arena on Saturday, November 30th. Red carpet starts at 7 p.m. Showtime, 8 p.m. Visit www.rhythmsontherunway.com to purchase your tickets or call the hotline on 053-553-4756. 200 cities for standard, 400 cities for premium. This event is brought to you in partnership with Beyond the Return and sponsored by Johnny Walker, Caveman Watches, Ghana Tourism Authority, Gold Crest Refinery. Step out in style with a hint of Kente and dress to kill. Rhythms on the Runway, the Kente edition is a 1957 event. Media partner, City FM and Channel 1 TV.
Introducing Rexona Non-Stop Protection 72-hour antiperspirant with breakthrough microtechnology that forms a stronger sweat barrier. Tested to the limit, even during the most intense workout.
Still clean, dry, and fresh for longer.
Try the new Rexona 72-hour non-stop protection for clean, dry, and fresh underarms every day.
John, mema wakwaba.
Yeah, say.
Alaji, mema wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one on them.
I really am a Ghana and Tina Menamo, and then Breca can be Jano. Tono Tina Masaba.
Alaji, I had a bro.
Yo, Medasi. Mwamonim, Tamana, Amawa, which Mumiana, Nambe Bobo and Kakra. As I say, dear, my crowd said, me pese me be wareno. Na me ko siesie no. Na me man san gina ne na asubio. No ye crab behwe.
Yo, abusia fo, yes empa. Yo, I'm a Ghana. Wasumo.
Mentally ensan echi. Show bread baby I would me fair way. Amane hu. Baby. Mentally bio. Forward ever, backwards never.
John, wo okwan ya wo de me bai fa so. Ahokyere, ekom, dum so. Hwa me nana no mi. Ya free SHS ya ba ya. Kom anya school anko. Eneke ya o ma ye fe.
Ase o ma se sambe she obo. Sa ahomache tu okro kokra. Meko band, na makwa ko yiska. E de abra magana. Na magbo ni dwetire ama na starting kokon ketenkete.
Hey!
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2% outside the Mammy Abrabo, and 2 chacha to say aviator. There be Emma so.
Alaji has also promised us jobs through digitalization. A Jimambe Bususe.
Alaji dear, Metanasua, Nemasware. Emri bia mekania besano. Utimi toka nia, light when you phone so. Emame, baby, our Nambia. Yo, Amagana, and Yamin Meware amount. Alaji ni, Jones ni, Wachusu.
No ababa say. Eye Alaji number 1.
Alaji
number 1. Number 1.
Esuro.
Welcome back. It's time for us to cross over to Kumasi, to the Subin constituency, where Hafiz Tijani will be getting us into the constituency, speaking to various persons and trying to feel the heartbeat, the pulse of the constituency in the next segment. My name is David Kwaku.
And my name is Kata.
Let's enjoy.
Today on the program, we are coming to you from the Subin constituency, which is located at the center of the Kumasi metropolis. Major and popular landmarks that are located within the Subin constituency include the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, the KJTIA Market, the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, the Prempe Assembly Hall, the Kumasi Jubilee Park, as well as the Asafo Market. Today, as part of the community forum, we are here in the Subin constituency to interact with constituents. Now, from across the country, this is where bereaved relatives come to find the befitting coffin for their deceased relative when they pass on. So here, the youths mostly are engaged in this business, and this business is employing more than 1,000 people here. And this is Fanti New Town, one of the major communities in the Subin constituency. We are here to engage with the coffin makers who are here to get their instructions or to get to interact with them in this conversation.